Hey guys, let's talk today about 5 signs that somebody has given up. So, my name is Mike. I'm a former New York City bouncer who went from sleeping in the streets and living in the projects to going back to school in my late 20s, and going from being a fucking complete loser to living in my parents' basement and all that bullshit to going back to school, studying finance, getting 2 master's degrees, and going to work at a top consulting firm. And from there, I transitioned out into working in corporate finance, and I also have my own strategy consulting firm. So I want to just share some of the lessons that I've learned through my own personal journey, and some of the things that I'm trying to really just tell my former self, things that I wish I'd heard when I was much younger. And so today we're going to talk about 5 signs that somebody has given up on life, given up on chasing their dreams. They're just fucking floating through life, and you see these people all the time. You go out there and you see them living their shitty, terrible, crappy ass lives, and they don't care. They're just on fucking autopilots. Some people call them Sims or NPCs, that kind of language. But there are just people out there who really just, they've given up. And so, are you one of them? So let's just talk about it. I know I was. There were definitely times when I was. So, number one sign that somebody's given up is that, have they even tried? Have they even tried to achieve their dreams? Right? Like if they wanted to be a star football player or a basketball player, did they even join a football team when they were in high school? Did they try and continue playing sports in college? Of course, being a top athlete is something that's very difficult, but let's talk about just your personal career, right? If somebody has dreams of being a doctor or a lawyer, did they even say, I'm going to go to college and study biology to become a doctor, or am I going to study English or pre-law to become a lawyer? Have they even taken the steps? Or if you're in college right now, have you taken or started studying for the LSATs, prerequisite courses, or MCATs, or anything like that? Some of these have you even looked into what it takes to become a doctor or a lawyer? I personally had dreams of becoming a lawyer, being a big corporate lawyer, but I didn't even take the steps properly. And these are things that people have to start preparing for oftentimes in high school if you want to graduate as a lawyer in your early 20s. So have they even tried to take the steps in the general direction of where they want to go, of chasing their dreams, of becoming somebody who they hope to be? If you or somebody wants to be a millionaire business owner, have you even started a business? Have you created a website? Have you formulated a plan? Have you taken action towards creating that business? If not now, then when? So that's the number one reason. Number one sign that somebody has given up is they haven't even taken the steps towards achieving their dreams. They say, I want a family, but they didn't even start dating or dating anybody seriously. They're still kind of screwing around, dating multiple people. That's the number one sign that somebody's given up. Number two is that fear and doubt keep them from even trying. So this is more of an internal state, that you are scared to even try. You're not sure if you're going to make it. You have this anxiety of like, well, what if I start a business and I fail? I can't fail. What if I go to law school and I'm not smart enough to make it through law school? What if I drop out? What if I fail out of law school? And so you have this fear and doubt, this anxiety about even trying to chase your dreams. The third reason is inaction. So inaction means that it doesn't just mean like that I don't do anything towards making my dreams come true. It's that you think you're doing something, but you're really not. So I, for years, had wanted to start my own business and sat down, wrote out a business plan. I studied, I bought business books, I bought books on startups, and I read them, and I watched endless YouTube videos on how to start a business, and I educated myself on it. Because educating, reading, that stuff is easy. Taking a notebook, writing out a plan, all of that is easy. This is my customer avatar. This is what I'm gonna make. So I'm gonna sell. I'm gonna buy. I'm gonna source from this person in China. This factory is gonna send me these things, and I'm gonna package them this way. But then you don't actually take the action to start selling and creating this product. You sit there. You have this endless planning. You just keep filling out notebook after notebook with plans, and you have all these great ideas. But you don't actually take action on them. You get stuck in, and this is something that I battle with all the time, analysis paralysis. You're sitting there, you're analyzing endlessly. Well, if we take this step and we get from this, we start sourcing from this factory, but if this factory shuts down or the tariffs go up, then how are we gonna deal? And you're sitting there analyzing all these fucking possibilities. You're not actually doing anything. You're just analyzing. Well, if I put $5,000 into it and I lose it all, what's going to happen? Maybe I should do 500. And you're sitting there just analyzing and not taking action. That's a sign that you've given up. Then you also have being in a survival mindset. So you keep thinking like, someday I'm going to start this, but right now you just keep making excuses. Right now I need to focus on making my money. I need to focus on getting out of debt. I need to focus on moving out of my parents' house or something. Your mindset is not aligned with your dreams and your goals. You're still thinking small. You're still thinking too locally. Well, I guess I'll go to college. I have somebody who I spoke with who we talked about them going to college, and they were just like, well, I don't have a GED yet. I never graduated from high school. And I'm like, okay, so go get your GED. Then you can go to college. Then you can study, have good grades like I did, and you can get the high-powered corporate job. But it starts with getting the GED. And this person, same thing, stuck in a survival mindset. Well, I'll get my GED, but I got to get my money right. I don't have time to study for the GED now. I got to keep working their shitty minimum wage job. And this leads into the fifth reason why people have given up on their dreams. And that is having this self-defeating limitations. So pretty much you are your own obstacle. You don't think that you are worth it. And this is kind of a difficult one to catch, but it really is a subconscious thing, right? You want to be a millionaire, but you don't think it's possible. That's the worst part. And I had somebody tell me that recently. Oh, I had this goal. I want to build a $10, $20 million business. And they go, that's a lot. You got to be more realistic. Realistic how? What do you mean realistic? What's realistic? Not being a millionaire? Because this is your lot in life. You were born in a trailer, and you're never gonna. You're. This is kind of like your lot in life. If you're lucky, you might make $30 an hour instead of 18. I mean, look at where I live now. 10 years ago, I was sleeping in the projects. George Washington houses in Harlem on 101st and 3rd Avenue. That was my past. That's where I was. Now I live in a beautiful home in one of the most expensive buildings in my city. And how did I get here? I didn't have self-defeating limitations back then when I'm thinking, man, there's gunshots outside, there was a bullet hole in my window, and cockroaches running around and all that stuff. I mean, was that my lot in life? Should I just have accepted that and said, this is who I am, this is my life, that I'm never going to get any better than this? So having these self-defeating limitations, it happens to a lot of people. I knew a lot of people like that who were back then. And there are a lot of people today who I know who think that way. I'm never going to get this. This is it. I'm making $40,000 a year or $100,000 a year, and this is it. Like $100,000 a year. That's the most I'm ever going to get. I should feel grateful that I'm making $8,000 a month, and this is a great life. What else can I say? I got 4 kids. I got a wife. I drive a shitty little car. I'm a piece of shit dad because I can't afford anything nicer for them. And this is kind of my lot in life. I'm just gonna keep schlepping through instead of following and chasing on your dreams. Now, if your dreams are to make $100,000 a year, have 4 kids and a wife, great. You've achieved your dreams. But if you want more, and I'm not saying more that you want more money or that you want a hotter wife or something, but if there's more that you want out of life, if you want more fulfillment, if you want a better job, if you want to keep making $100,000 a year, but you actually wanted to be doing something else with your life, then go and achieve those dreams. But don't limit yourself to saying, this is it, this is my lot in life. So those are the 5 reasons that somebody can show that they've given up. And so, how would somebody fix that? Is 1, accept that you're lying to yourself. Accept that you're not chasing your dreams because you're fucking lying to yourself by saying that you're good with what you have. You're okay with what you have, and your dreams are somewhat unrealistic anyway, so fuck them. Fuck them, fuck me, fuck it all. Fuck it. I'm just going to continue lying to myself and say, I'm going to be happy like this for the rest of my fucking life. Think about it. Even if you're 40 years old, this is what you are allowing yourself to live with for the next 60 years of your fucking life. If you're 60 years old and you're unhappy for the next 20, 30, 40 years, however long you're going to live, imagine if you live another 40 fucking years with this. This is what you gave yourself. It's like, this is what you want. If you're in your 20s and you're already kind of accepting a shitty existence, 80 years is what you are signing yourself up for, to live like that. But think about while you're young. Do you want to be driving a Corvette or a Lamborghini or whatever the fuck you want when you're 60 years old? Or do you want to be driving that around when you're 25, when you're 30? You can get there, but the time value of money is compressing. That window is closing much faster than you think. And so, number 1, accept that you're lying to yourself and start trying to address the reasons why. Start trying to be honest with yourself. Number 2 is to accept that you've grown soft and you're choosing comfort over greatness. Meaning that, I can't say I regret much in life, right? But talking to myself, my 20-year-old self, my 21-year-old self, I would say stop working that shitty job that I had. I was working at one point 2 full-time jobs and a part-time job and getting very little sleep. I didn't sleep between Thursday and Saturday. I didn't sleep at all. I was working back-to-back shifts. And I was taking little naps on the train or on the bus as I was going from job to job between two different boroughs. Between Staten Island and Manhattan, I was working two different jobs, right? And I'm traveling between the boroughs, going from one job to the next. And, you know, I was actually pretty comfortable. I had a cool job, being a bouncer, fucking awesome job. And I have some crazy stories, I'll share them with you. But I was comfortable. I was making, I was making good money between two full-time jobs. I was making, I don't know, the part-time job, I was making somewhere around $70,000, $75,000 a year. It felt great. I thought that was comfortable. I thought that was good. I could eat whatever I want, and I, what felt like plenty of money. I didn't have anything I couldn't do anything with it because I was working all the time. But I sacrificed many years of my life because I was comfortable. And rather than doing the hard thing, which was intellectual, going to school, studying the math, studying the business stuff, I chose the easy route of just working bullshit manual jobs. So accept that you are living a comfortable life. You have to do something harder to change. And the third thing to do is to accept that you are in survival mode. If you are in survival mode. And what that means is that you're grinding, you're working, you're driving Uber, you're doing Uber Eats, whatever the fuck it is. You're working, you're hustling, you're constantly working all these multiple jobs, but you are neglecting to work on your mindset. You're neglecting to work on your dreams. You're even if you haven't planned anything out, you're neglecting to plan things out, to think about these things because you are in survival mode and you need to work multiple jobs to support your family, to support your kids, support your lifestyle, support your fucking drug habits, whatever the fuck it is. So address it. Accept that, okay, maybe I am in survival mode and I'm just working all these jobs and I'm kind of ignoring the things that I need to do to improve my mindset so that I can move on from, I can actually start taking steps towards achieving my dreams, towards doing the things that I really want to do, finding fulfillment in my life that I want. It's something that I struggle with I still have been struggling with that. I'm fairly comfortable. I have great paying corporate job. I make pretty decent money with my strategy consulting business, and I want it to be much bigger. I want it to grow much bigger. I want to be able to help more people, help more businesses with it, have more employees. But I'm fairly comfortable. I'm comfortable at another level, and that's something that I need to fight my way out of so that I can achieve the dreams that I want, which is to have a much bigger firm. It's going to be much, like, I don't have to be so involved in it. Something that I can have other people working, controlling it, managing it for me, getting it to a much larger size. Those are my dreams. And I'm not necessarily in survival mode, but I'm definitely struggling with the comfort side of things. So just remember, no one is coming to save you. These are the steps you have to take. Accept that there is a way out. These were some of the reasons that I gave that you could be chasing your dreams or not. And it starts with, get yourself one of these, get yourself a little piece of paper, sit down and just start thinking about what, am I really chasing my dreams, or am I deluding myself into thinking that I am? If you keep delaying it, you're not going to get there. And then you're going to wake up like I did 10 years later and say, oh my God, what happened? How is it that 10 years later, I'm not where I want to be, anywhere close to where I want to be? And then I got to play catch up with fucking hard, intense work like I did. So, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. And if you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and good luck.